Hi everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 19 years and I absolutely love it. I sell mainly on eBay and Poshmark. And today I have a Goodwill haul for you. I recently went to Galveston, Texas. My husband had a work trip, so I decided to go with him and take that opportunity to get to source in the Galveston and Houston area. Well, I just had a video out where the first day I went to a store where they had Amazon overstock and returns. There were actually two different stores, and that was a really quick haul. So each haul is going to get progressively bigger and bigger. Then the second day I went to the Galveston, just a regular Goodwill store. I spent 3 hours and 18 minutes. I found 39 items and I spent $273. It was actually $272 and some change, but I rounded up. Let's take a look inside the store and then we'll come back here and I'll show you everything that I got.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. Stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the other.
I was so impressed with this Goodwill. It was huge. It had such a great selection and a mix between vintage items and modern items. The prices were excellent, and it was so nice and clean and organized. The people, both the customers and the employees, were really nice, so I had just a great shopping experience here.
Stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you.
The first item that I want to show you is this vintage bird feeder, and I thought this was really neat. It just looked special to me. I didn't have any knowledge about it, but it says CB & Sons Seed Company. I looked up sold comps and they looked pretty good. It only cost $2.99. Listed it for $28 plus shipping. When I give you these numbers, this is kind of the price that I would list it for on Poshmark, which does not include shipping. On eBay, it would be that amount plus the buyer would pay shipping also. I always list a little bit higher than I expect to get, usually about 20% higher. Now, some things are just going to sell for full asking price. Some things I might end up letting go for a little bit lower, but on average, most of the items will sell for around 20% lower than the listing price. The next thing I thought was really neat. I went into a back area and there was all kinds of luggage, and then I even saw a massage table there. There was just a wide variety of things. And I thought, okay, let me just look and see if there's one thing that looks really cool. So I went and I grabbed this briefcase and I opened it up, and I always look inside like pockets and see if there's anything in there. And there were some things in there. I brought them. There was a newspaper, and then there was this thing that says key to aviation weather forecasts. There was another thing that had to do with aviation, and this says 10-leg crew log, but it was blank. But I thought that was so neat. This must have been an airline pilot. But I thought, well, I don't know how to search it, if there is a brand on it. I didn't see anything, but as I looked through the pockets, I saw that this was the directions for the combination lock, and it said the brand right up at the top. So I was able to look it up. The sold comps looked great. Like, I saw several for around like $76, $83. So I thought that is amazing. When I got home to list it, I noticed there were some that were listed for lower than that. So I thought I have to take that into consideration also. But I also thought that's not going to be something that the market becomes oversaturated, because there are going to be a limited number of these since they're vintage. So I went ahead and listed it for $78. It had just a few little scuffs on it with a leather cleaner, then I put leather conditioner on it, and it just looks so nice and it's sturdy. I love picking up things like this. Okay, then I was walking by and I saw this just hanging out on the end of the aisle, and I noticed it said Kate Spade. I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a cute Kate Spade backpack. Looks in really nice condition, and it was marked at only $3.99. When I find something like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to put that at the bottom of my cart. I think that could be worth a good amount. I don't want anybody to try to take it from me. I can't believe they only had it for $3.99. I found comps all over the place. So I decided to list this one for $40 and see what happens. I kind of like it too. And I saw these cute little Hey Dude shoes, and I know these have been pretty popular shoes, and I thought I am going to try these in the kids size. I quickly snapped a picture with Google Lens. They were called the Windy Cat Eye, and then when I got home I looked under the flap and it also says Windy Youth Cat Eye Gray, so that makes it very easy for looking up sold comps and for listing. I listed them for $28. They cost just $3.99. Then I went over to the men's area, and I always love looking in the larger sizes in men's clothing, especially big and tall sizes, because they seem to sell really well and for a lot of money. I came across this jacket, and it was a great size, a 4XL. Bob Allen. I did not know this brand, but I learned a new bolo. Some of the comps were really high. It's this nice army green color. It has this quilted upper. The inside is quilted also. It has the logo on the back of the neck. I paid $6.99 for it. I listed it for $65. I saw this red sweater. I noticed on it, it said 100% cashmere. The brand was Club Room. I see something that is 100% cashmere, I normally pick it up regardless of brand because cashmere just sells really well. That, along with that it was in great condition, it was a size 4XLT. I thought this is going to sell great. Then I looked up sold comps, and that confirms that. Sold right away. It sold in one day. So I already shipped it out. But I can share with you what it sold for. Titled the listing, Club Room 100% cashmere sweater, men's size 4XLT. Then I put 4X tall, red V-neck long sleeves. It sold for a gross amount of $51.45 on eBay. So that includes what they paid. They paid $40 plus shipping plus taxes. So that was the total that they paid. Then my earnings after the postage was taken out, any fees, promoted listings, all that, the taxes, what I received back in the bank was $29.94. My cost of goods was just $5.99, and my profit was $23.95, and it sold in just 24 hours. So I thought that was great. Then I came across this Peter Millar golf polo shirt, and it has in it that it is summer comfort size large. Also has a country club name embroidered on the sleeve, Rivercrest. So if it's a nice shirt, even if it has something embroidered on the sleeve, I still pick it up, and they usually always sell. I actually looked at Peter Millar golf shirts, and there were several sold comps with Rivercrest. I looked it up, and it's a country club in Fort Worth, Texas. And so I thought that was neat for $35, and the cost of goods was $5.99. Just a quick reminder, if you're new and not subscribed, I'd love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. I got this Polo Ralph Lauren Pima cotton V-neck sweater in size 4XB, and it is this nice dark rose color. I listed it for $39, and the cost of goods was only $5.99. Then I got a few women's sweaters. The first one already sold, another 100% cashmere sweater. This was a Ralph Lauren 100% cashmere sweater, women's plus size 2X. So both of them were cashmere and both of them were plus size. Cable knit V-neck long sleeve. Now, when I got home, I noticed there was just a teeny tiny hole in the sleeve. I looked at it in the store, didn't see anything, but then I found it when I was listing. And then there was one area on the front where it wasn't a hole, but it looked like the fabric was thinning just a bit. So I was sure to note that also. I was willing to sell it for a lot less due to those flaws, but it didn't keep it from selling. It took 3 days to sell. It sold for $22 plus shipping, so the gross sales amount was $32.32. My earnings were $17.94. I paid just $5.99, and my profit was $11.95. I think that's pretty good for an item with a flaw. Then I found this Pure Jill hoodie. It's kind of like a sweater. It seems like it's a long length. The hood zips up pretty far, and I just thought it was perfect fall colors, and I thought it's not going to sell for a lot, but it's perfect for the season, and I just wanted to get a few women's items from Galveston. I paid $5.99, and I listed it for $28. Then another one along those same lines, I just wanted to get a few women's items. Even if they weren't going to sell for a ton of money, they would still make a profit. This is Turo by Vince Camuto, size extra, extra large. So this was a good size also. And it's just this nice cardigan sweater. And it also costs $5.99. And I listed it for just $25. Then the dresses, I found so many dresses. The first one I thought was neat because if you watched my video where I was sourcing in San Antonio a couple months ago, I came across this brand. This dress was really nice. I could tell it was linen. I saw that it was made in Italy. The comps looked really good. I was so excited. I thought I found a great dress to bring home, but then as I looked more carefully, I saw a big rip and I didn't want any sewing projects, so I left it behind. And I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's like Lungo Larno or something like that. And I looked up comps that day and they were great, but the dress had a rip in the side, so I had to leave it behind. Well, it paid off that time that I spent looking up sold comps because I came across it again, and this time I didn't have to look it up. I knew I was going to pick it up because it hadn't been very long since I researched sold comps. Plus, it was a size 3X. It's 100% linen. It shows made in Italy, and I thought this is going to go great. It has so many qualities that I think will make it sell quickly. I paid just $5.99 for all the dresses were $7.99, but this one, maybe they considered this a shirt. I thought it was a dress. Then I found another dress that was 100% linen in a brand that I love, Flax, and it's size P for petite. It has side pockets. The front of it is really cute. And so I listed this one for $68. The cost of goods was $7.99. Then the next one, I love this one, and it looks so cute on the mannequin. I'll pop it up. This dress is 2 palms, made in Hawaii, size medium, and it's just a beautiful color and style. It's a long length. I thought this one was so nice. I just love it. I listed it for $42 and cost of goods was $7.99. I have a lot of dresses coming up and they were all $7.99 unless I say otherwise. This dress is gorgeous. It is 100% silk, and then it is beaded all over. I thought it was a brand that I love to sell called Lawrence Kaiser, and it always sells really well. And so I thought this was that brand, but it's not. It is a brand that I've never sold before called Ultra Design. It's a size 4, and normally these dresses I will list for $120, $140, and then accept maybe somewhere around $80 to $100 for them. This one I have not tried on, but if it fits me, I might keep it and wear it before I sell it. Sometimes my husband will have events where we get to dress up, so hopefully it will fit and I'll get to wear it once. Then another fun dress. I just found some really fun dresses. I love vintage prom style dresses. This one is so neat. It feels like taffeta and tulle, and it has a little bit of a sparkle. It has this flower on it, and the comps looked excellent. It's called Roberta, California. It also cost just $7.99. The next one I thought was pretty, and the tag looked vintage, so I looked it up, and the sole comps were really good on it. It is a size small, and it has this high front. It just buttons down part way, and then it's open and then the sides are split. So it's very unique, lightweight. It gives me like beachy vibes, and it's in really nice condition. I didn't find any flaws. I listed it for $58, and it also cost just $7.99. Then I found this dress, and it looks like it was new. I don't know though. That, it has this tag, but that doesn't look like a really official tag, but it said $609. They had it marked for $19.99. It's a long length, and I saw this brand, couldn't tell exactly what it was. So I flipped it over and I found a style number. So I Googled that style number, scrolled down a little bit on this dress, I think in a different color, but it was still this dress, and found out it was the brand Jenny Packman. So then I looked up sold comps, they looked great. So I thought it was worth it to pay $19.99 because I think I can sell it for at least $70 or $80. Did it for $89. Then another long dress. I found a lot of long, formal, semi-formal type dresses. It is a Zazie. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. It says size A12, which I didn't know exactly what that meant. So I went to their website, copied their size chart, put it in the listing along with measurements also. And I listed, that one cost $7.99, and I listed it for $65. Then I have this Talbot's dress. I have been really enjoying Talbot's. It seemed like it was selling like crazy, and then it seemed to slow down for me a little bit. So we'll see on this one. This is a wrap dress. It's not full wrap. It does connect down here, but it's this basic khaki color. It's a size 8. So I decided I would try that. The sold comps weren't just amazing, but I thought that kind of dress usually sells well. It cost $7.99, and I listed it for $28. Then I got this dress. It said NW Women, which is Nightways Women, size 18W, and it is another long length dress. It has this nude color underneath with a lace overlay that kind of sparkles. I wanted to show the sparkle in the listing, so I included a short video clip in the listing, and I do think that it helps sell items sometimes. Then this dress that I have on, it's BCBG Generation, and so I saw it, thought it was cute, and so I thought I would like to have it as a little souvenir to bring home, but it doesn't zip all the way in the back. So I'm going to have to sell it, and I don't think it will sell for a lot. I'm gonna list it for like $20, but it's really cute. It's just a little bit too small for me. And then I got this one for me also, and it's a little bit too big. So I'm going to list it also, but I loved, it's just a lightweight chambray type shirt dress with a belt. It is the brand Harper Heritage. It's a size extra small, but it's a pretty good size extra small, I would say. I thought it felt more like a medium, and I didn't find much on sold comps on it, so I just listed it for $20. I wanted to keep it, but it just doesn't look good on me, but it's really cute, so I'm sure it will sell. Then Fabletics, I picked this up, and Fabletics usually always sells for me, usually not like a super high amount, but this was kind of a fun style. It was in excellent condition, and so I thought I will give it a try. It cost $7.99, and I listed it for $28. Then this one is brand new with tag CBR, and I had it in the bottom of my cart, and I meant to look up sold comps, and I didn't at the end, and so I probably would not have picked it up, but it's black, a one shoulder jumpsuit, so I'm sure it will sell eventually. There's no size tag in it. So what I did was I went to other listings that had the same item, and I noticed that the size medium, the measurements were just a little bit smaller. The extra large, they were a little bit bigger, so I determined that this is probably a size large and just put that in the listing, that there was no tag, but that's what I think it is, and I'm sure that will not keep it from selling. Then I found so many leggings, and I think I'm going to keep a lot of them, but I'm gonna still show them to you. This is Spanx. Spanx Takes Off, and they really vary in sold comps, but I listed them for $30. They're a size medium. The sold comps were all over the place, but there were a lot of them that had sold. So I think they'll do well, and I will list these for $30. Then Lululemon, I was so excited to find these, and I think they will fit me, but if not, I will list them. If I do list them, it looks like the sole comps were pretty good. I will list them for $50 and then probably sell for $38 to $40. Then Peloton, I had heard Peloton sells really well, and these are also my size, and I think I will keep these. I really like them. I don't have any leggings this color, but if I were going to list them, I would list them for just $28. I thought the sole comps were going to be really high, but they weren't. But I still think they would sell for, list them for $28. I think they'd still sell for $22 to $25. These are so cute on. I love them. They are Ultra, and here is the logo. They have mesh in the back, and I love them. They're just slightly too big, but I might keep them anyway. And for running in the winter, I could wear one pair of leggings underneath and then these over them. They have a cute little neon drawstring. If I do list these, or if I were purchasing them to resell, I would list them for $28. Then I picked up this brand because I found these at the bins one time and they sold very well. They are Barley, and the pair that I got, it was a couple years ago, I think they sold for around $50. Well, the sole comps on these aren't as much, so I will probably keep these. I tried them on and really like them, but if I were to list them, I would list them for $25. Then I recognize this logo right away. This is Free People Movement. And here is the inside tag. They are a size medium/large, and love this color, love this wide waistband, and the sole comps looked really great on that. And since I have a lot of Free People in my closet, there are a lot of people that like Free People. Oh, and look at this little perforation right here. I will list these for $62. Then I was hoping these would fit me, but these didn't fit me. They are Athleta, and they're kind of like a khaki and cream color, and they have texture to them. And I don't think they're full length, but I think they're 7/8 length. The cropped length doesn't do as well for me anymore, but 7/8 or full length does great. I will list these for just $19. Then I found this blanket. I've sold this brand several times. It's called Tiddlywinks. When I looked it up, I didn't find any sole comps, but I found one listing. But the person had all like baby blankets and things like that. They had like 2,000 listings. They had a lot of solds, and they had theirs listed for like $70 and said it was rare and unique. They seem very knowledgeable. I think this could be worth a good amount. Of course, theirs hasn't sold yet, but I think they probably know what they're doing. I listed mine for just $43. Cost of goods was only $3.99. Then I picked up 2 Cabbage Patch Kids, and this taught me a lesson that if I haven't sold anything in 4 to 5 years, I should probably look up sold comps, because when I looked up sold comps, they weren't great. This one I think might do okay because she has on this cute little outfit, and she has this I went to China t-shirt underneath. And then this is a preemie baby, and I don't think this preemie baby will sell for much. I'll probably list for $25. This preemie baby maybe for $20, but I might have to discount it lower and lower if I see any movement. I decided that I should do a little research to find out what the market is for Cabbage Patch Kids right now. So I looked up sold comps. In my search field, I put Cabbage Patch Kid. I also filtered by used. There were 45,000 Cabbage Patch Kids available. When I sorted by sold items, I found that 11,000 had sold in the last 90 days, which is around a 25% sell-through rate, which sounds awful, but it also says 11,000 have sold in the last 90 days, which tells me people are seeking out Cabbage Patch dolls. However, I have to be careful about how I price my item, and it could take a little while to sell. After I look up sold comps, I like to then search from highest to lowest to see which items sell for a high amount. And there are some Cabbage Patch Kids that sell for so much money. So I looked through them so that I would familiarize myself. So if I am outsourcing, I might recognize if I see one that's worth a lot of money. Then I saw this bag of dolls, and they are some of these dolls with these huge eyes, and I remember these were really popular, and so I thought for $9.99, I'm going to just take a chance on all these dolls. I researched them just a little tiny bit, but not fully yet, but I think for this whole bag, the listings will end up being around $35 or $40. So I'm not going to make a ton on that, but sometimes it's worth it to take a gamble. Sometimes I've had really good luck, and I know I can usually get my money out of it, still at least double or triple my money. And then I got a vintage Christmas puzzle, and it cost $2.99. It's really reflecting and glaring. I will list it for $25, or I might keep it. I love doing puzzles, so I haven't decided yet. Then this is Yahtzee Showdown from the 1990s, and I haven't even opened it yet, but it was just $2.99, so I might keep it. I love playing games, and so I thought that would be fun. I'll look up sold comps, but either way, same with this one. This is a vintage Parcheesi board, also just $2.99, and these wooden ones can go for pretty good money. So I will probably sell it, and if I do, I will probably list it for around $28. So that is everything that I have. When I added it up, my listing price is $1,620 plus shipping. If I take 20% off on average, some will go full price, some will go a little under that. That means I will accept $1,296. If I pay 20% in fees, because eBay is pretty close to 20% in fees now because I promote listings. So I'm finding the fees are about the same on Poshmark and eBay for me. I will receive back in the bank $1,036.80. Meaning after I take out the $273 that I spent, I should make a profit of about $763.80. And I will keep track of all of these as they sell, and I will let you know maybe a year from now when everything has sold, or usually after a year, everything has sold except for like 2 or 3 things that are just hanging around. I'll have to give you an update along the way, because I think that's good to know what things actually sell for. And when any of these sell, they will also be in my what sold videos. So that is everything that I have for you today. This was a long one. Thank you so much. If you are still here watching, I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great day. Bye. I was out on my morning run in Galveston, just enjoying the beautiful day. I look up and there is a big Goodwill. And so that is where I ended up deciding to source for this day. So if you need a little motivation to run beyond the normal health and mental benefits, running can sometimes lead you to a really great Goodwill.